If you're in treasury management, research, or analytics, and you need to know what's happening with stablecoins, not just the price, but supply, holders, velocity, and where the money is actually flowing, then it's important to know that not all stablecoins are the same. There are centralized stablecoins like USDT or USDC that are backed by reserves held by companies. And then there's also decentralized stablecoins like DAI, Frax, and LUSD, which are backed by on-chain collateral assets governed by the protocols themselves. Tracking both categories matters for risk assessment and portfolio allocation. What if you had a single dashboard for all stablecoins? Real-time metrics for centralized and decentralized stablecoins side by side. Supply, holders, velocity, DeFi positions, and chain breakdowns. Also, a heat map showing exactly where each stablecoin is flowing in and out of. Today, I'm building both, a stablecoin analytics dashboard and a velocity heat map that's powered entirely by the Moralis token and DeFi APIs, built with Claude code in one prompt. Let's get started. All right, the very first step is we open up a terminal and then we navigate to our desktop. On our desktop, we create a folder and we call it Moralis Stablecoin Flow. Now let's go into that folder. And then we want to run this command. And this is the Moralis Onchain Skills GitHub repository. It's an open source repository. This allows LLMs like Claude and Codex to essentially learn how to use the Moralis APIs. So you want to select all three of these because we can use more in the future. Click enter, choose Claude code, project, and install. And now the on-chain skills are installed into this project, which is going to allow these LLMs to really understand how to implement these APIs to this project. But the setup is not complete. We still need to include our Moralis API key, and I'll show you how to get that right now. First, we need to open this project up into a code editor and create two files. So inside of here, we have two files. We need to create right-click, new file, .env, and put a variable like this, Moralis API key. And then you're going to paste your API key from Moralis right here. And we also need this .getignore file here, and you just need a variable or a value of just .env. So the way you get your Moralis API key, you just go to moralis.com, you sign in, create an account, and on the right-hand side here, you can copy your API key, go back to your project in the code editor, and paste it right here. I don't do this on screen because this is a private file, and you want to keep this stuff secret, and that's why we have both of these files here. And at this point, we have the project all set up and ready to go, and we could start prompting to Claude and tell him exactly what we want on the UI. Okay, the way we talk to Claude is very simple. Basically, we just open up a terminal again and type Claude, and this opens up the Claude CLI. And now we can just prompt out exactly what we want Claude to build. So for example, today we're building the ultimate stablecoin analytical flow dashboard. This is great for over-the-counter desk analysts and people who just want to basically see the inflows and outflows of stablecoins, both decentralized and centralized. So I'm going to write out, create a stablecoin flow analytical dash with a heat map using the Moralis APIs, and the on-chain skills are installed. And now I'm going to give Claude even more context because I want Claude to really understand and know what features I want out of this UI. So I'm giving it as much context as possible. I'm telling it which stablecoins we should focus on, specifically both centralized and decentralized. I want to see, in terms of the analytical dash, how can I view these and what features do I want out of the capability of this UI. So I want to see 24-hour volume. I want to see holder count, market cap, which chain we're currently on. All these features are going to be really helpful for us if we're an analyst and we're looking at this on a day-to-day basis. So let's go through the process of accepting these prompts from Claude. And once it's all done, it's going to complete a beautiful UI. Let's just sit back and see Claude builds this out for us. Awesome, Claude is all finished building this out for us. So now all we need to do is go back to the Claude CLI and type launch this dApp in a browser. And what Claude is going to be doing, it's going to actually in the background spin up a server, and then it's going to produce the UI in a browser tab that we can actually interact with, view, and see these inflows and outflows of stablecoins. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see this. Oh, look how great this looks. So we basically have a full stablecoin analytical dashboard that shows us inflows and outflows across centralized, decentralized markets. Basically, we have a total supply, combined market cap, total holders, and 24-hour volume. So as we scroll down, we can basically see all the very popular, these are centralized and decentralized stablecoins. We can see supply trends over the past, it looks like 30 days. And we can also see 30-day total supply trends. So it's looking pretty good, pretty stable across both markets. And we basically have a holder distribution. So that just basically means people are usually holding a certain amount. It's whales are above 1 million over a 24-hour volume. We also get this really cool heat map here. And this kind of shows us basically flow destinations between swaps and wallet holders. So we get most of these decentralized swaps on Uniswap, but we also have some on lending markets like Morpho, Maker, and Aave. We also have bridges. So this could be, any type of like super bridge or any popular bridge that we use to swap from one network to the other. And as we can see, we have our networks in Ethereum, obviously the most dominant. As always, we have Base, which is really an up and coming network in the past 2 years. And Optimism too. These are just great L2s that we can use to lower costs on transaction fees for these tokens. And the top protocols are, Uniswap, the classic. We also have Pancake, Morpho, Aerodrome, Maker, and just, a lot of popular protocols for these stables. We can switch tabs. So let's just look at the decentralized. And these are all the decentralized tokens that we have, the most popular with the most market cap. We can see DAI, which is Maker DAOs, an algorithmic stablecoin. And we also have the same type of data here. We have 30-day supply trends. We have 30-day token holder trends. And this is so useful if I'm an analyst and I'm working for a financial company and I want to see inflows and outflows. I want to see where these tokens are lent out, being staked, being essentially supplied on which protocol. This is the type of tool that I would need. And you can create these type of tools with the Moralis APIs and Claude code in a matter of minutes. That's why these Moralis APIs are so valuable and they can offer so much in return when you're building out products like this. All right, quick recap. Today, we built a fully functional stablecoin analytical dashboard for both centralized and decentralized markets and protocols. This is so useful if you are in treasury, research, or analytics, and you basically need to get enriched data for stablecoin yields, lending, or you just want to see where these tokens are flowing. So if you want to create amazing tools like this, all you need to do is go to Moralis.com, sign up or create an account, and get your API key today and start building with Moralis and Claude. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything else that you want me to build, just let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.